Team Jay Butler coming out. There's a bit of a discrepancy in weight here, right? We got Team Jay Butler. I think they weighed in at 318 kilograms total for all 5 members. I think me and you could do that just us.
Yeah, they had a maximum weight of 435 kilos combined for the team, and they've come in quite far short of that one. So it's going to be very interesting to see who they put out first, how they manage that weight discrepancy.
Yeah, they've got to start eating more before the next one, but incredibly talented team. We got Jay Butler as team captain, one of the UK's legends of jiu-jitsu.
And their opponents, the reigning, defending Quintet champions, Team Nexus!
Now we have Team Nexus coming out. They've weighed in at 410 kilos, so only just under the 435 limit. And you've got to think that puts them at a big advantage, Chris.
I know. We know who ate all the pies. It was Team Nexus. This came. I'll fix it.
And the first players to stay on the mats. Good luck, guys.
There we go. We know that first up we've got Jay Butler coming out. And first on the other team we have Brad Boyden. So it's their heaviest fighter, I think, Brad Boyden, taking on Jay Butler. You've got to give Jay a big advantage in the experience department, but I mean he is giving up a fairly large amount of weight and size. He's also, he's so experienced, he's done his fair share of absolutes over the years. Using the cage.
Sorry, Chris?
Using the cage is cheating.
Yeah, referee bringing them back into the middle. It'll be very interesting to see how these initial exchanges go.
It's going to be, interesting. It's the change of pace is so interesting. Very explosive there. Massive takedown.
Don't envy the referee having to try and make a decision as to whether we're keeping going there.
Yep. Brad Boyden gets a nice takedown straight to side control. Jay Butler staying calm. He's also going to be aware of the weight and size difference. He's going to be a lot of effort trying to escape this position. He's not going to rush it. Straight there, look, pummels his leg inside, gives up his foot. Gets a nice bite on the heel. Jay Butler quite calm about it, going with a counter footlock of his own. It's getting feisty in this Quintet main event. Jay Butler is going to be fighting for strong grips. He's going to be aware of that big takedown. It's also, is there a lot of pressure as well on Brad Boyden to get the takedown? He's come out, he's their heaviest competitor against one of the lighter ones on Jay Butler. Quintet strategy would say you've got to try and take them out.
Come on, Brad.
Yeah,
6 minutes left, Brad.
For those at home who aren't familiar with the Quintet format, we've got 4 other competitors on each of the teams ready to come out and face the winner of this match. So pacing is huge, not gassing out very, very early.
It's also, do you try and put away your opponent very early so you can get through to the next run? Do you pace yourself because you might have to fight again? Oh, huge takedown into the wall. Might be a good time to mention Zebra Mats as our sponsor. The padding on that wall. You can see that Jay Butler wasn't paralysed. There's a massive advert for Zebra Mats right there.
Yeah, Brad really showing asserting his dominance in the stand-up exchanges.
I love that knee on belly escape there, just sliding the knee across, turning his hips. Jay giving up so much weight and yet he's very aggressive. I mean, for our viewers at home, if there's no submission, they both go out, right?
Yep.
And that could be seen as a win for Jay Butler because they've got rid of the heaviest member of the opposite team. We could do with a bigger mat.
Yeah, we could do with a bigger mat. So they've got 8 minutes. We've had 3 of those minutes so far. We're just under 5 remaining.
That was difficult. Jay Butler got a little bite on the heel there, but it's just out of bounds. This is, Brad is that much bigger, heavier. Will he get more fatigued faster than Jay Butler? If you're one of the lighter fighters, you're used to going with the lighter fighters in the gym. There's frenetic pace with this. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Those zebra mats are being tested. You can buy yours from Zebra Mats UK.
You just can't take your eyes off it, can you?
Beautiful transition to neon belly there for Brad.
Yeah, he's got a head wrap. He might be going for a far side hook on the arm.
Yeah, Jay Butler, he needs to see people windscreen wipe with their legs, try and make some separation, some space, and then it allows you to even roll to the back if you're very optimistic, or at least spin in and get your knee shield back across.
So we've got 3.5 minutes left.
Oh, this is good for Jay. He got a lovely inside leg position there as Brad transition trying to get them out. This is some super high level jiu-jitsu.
You can cut the tension here with a knife as well.
You can see why Team Nexus are the champions. Did a good job of being very heavy. They're going to land on this table in a minute, you're aware of that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm slightly worried for both of us.
Oh, he's got a good bite on the foot. Lost it, does Aiden? Brad, very aggressive in some of these.
Yeah, very aggressive in those exchanges, you saw.
Yeah, he's kind of tempered, and then he does a really good job of exploding. Jay Butler's been trying a lot. Question is, where can you find the weakness where Brad's size and weight and power won't make such a difference? Will we see him pull guard, try and get to maybe a leg? I mean, there's a sweep and then there's a calf kick. A very physical match, this.
Yeah, are we going to see a guard pull at some point?
2 minutes to work, Brad.
Well, maybe this is Jay Butler who takes out the biggest member of the opposite team. You've got to call that a win as well.
Bit of a clash of heads, maybe an eye poke there. Some frustration there.
I mean, Brad has been clubbing, heavy-handing,
so we've got to
shoving.
Open up above the eye of Jay Butler there. So we might need a little bit of tape. Paramedics just in the back corner there. So a very interesting start to the match. Brad's been dominant on the feet there, and we're just waiting for the
I think
for the cut above the eye there to get sorted.
It wasn't on purpose. It's a little clash of the heads, just a little bump. And I think Jay knows that as well. He's not protesting too much. He just wants the blood wiped away, and then he's going to get back to it. There'll be a little break in proceedings.
He might just have a little split over the eye there that needs something put over it.
Question is, will it stop bleeding? If it bleeds, it won't be able to continue. But quite often, a little bit of Vaseline in the cut will clog it up, coagulate. I think that's the word. You better keep going. Wow, it's so tense here. It's like I think even me and you have got a little bit tense.
Yeah.
It's like
we both got a bit quiet, haven't we?
Just absolute monsters. The size difference, just how dangerous both of these men are as well. You Brad Boyden representing Nexus and Jay Butler, the captain of Team Jay Butler. It's a good name.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, and Brad was doing a very good job there on the feet. And Jay was doing well to stand up where he was. So interesting to see where it goes next. Do you think we'll see a guard pull in the next? We've got 2 minutes left of the round.
I'm a bit surprised that Jay didn't try and mix things up a bit earlier. I mean, he's essentially been losing some of these wrestling exchanges, but maybe he sees the passing game of Brad Boyden is very effective, and it's not something he wants to get tied up in as well. And also, they didn't know the order when they entered this event. They made up their own order, but they didn't know the team's order. So they could have been like going, oh, most likely I'm going to fight Kevin Webb. He's a bit smaller. This is what I'm going to do. Jay Butler's come out with this whole game plan, and he's come out against their biggest fighter at 19.8 kilograms, which you and I would call a lightweight, but...
Yeah, absolutely. And also, there's the very relevant factor that if there's no submissions, then both players go off. So, you've got to think that may even be a bit of a win for Jay if we manage to get Brad off.
Yeah, they will have taken out the biggest guy on the other team. The problem is, there's a lot of other big guys on that team.
Yeah.
I don't think they're much smaller, some of those dudes.
You're getting a double you don't know.
It's a shame as well. I'd like to have seen a little bit more of Jay Butler. I've watched some of his matches over the years, and he's very exciting to watch. But in this particular match, he hasn't been able to
get much game off
going now. But a little bit the same for Brad Boyden. I mean, he's had some great takedowns, but he's so aware of the dangerous guard of Jay Butler.
Yeah.
He's not taking any risks. It could have been, it would have been nice if this was actually EBI overtime rules. I'd like to have seen who'd have been better starting on the back.
Yeah.
And it's definitely easier if you're bigger, but it's not such a massive advantage.
Maybe there's an argument in there for the get-down rule. I don't know how you feel about the get-down rule there, but forcing some action into the middle of the mat, changing the pace of it slightly.
I mean, if he can't continue, it will mean that both of them are eliminated. And the next representatives of both teams will be making their way to the mat.
Overhearing that, Chris, it sounds like they're...
I can't believe they're going to let him stay on if his opponent can't continue for an accidental injury. It feels like they should both go up. I'm not sure to clarify some of the Quintet rules.
Is that TKO?
I don't know if you can win by headbutt. It's an unusual jiu-jitsu rule. I would have assumed they both go out. Team Jay Butler look a bit disarmed, I can't be honest. I mean, I think they're aware they're a bit smaller.
Yeah, I think there was a very dominant display there.
We've seen a very aggressive Brad Boyden come out. It's not enough of a difference that they get the short time. Such great wrestling from Brad Boyden. Beautiful. Oh, looking for a leg position. So this is Cam Brereton coming out representing Team Jay Butler. Cam is on the bottom, trying to tie up those legs. Oh, beautiful work.
Pass into mount. Might just patronise that quarter guard. So what are you coaching Brad through here if you're on the mat in the corner?
I mean, Brad's in a great position here. He does have his foot stuck in that quarter guard too. I would like to look for a right underhook, left crossface, and then slide that foot out, or use the other foot to start plummeting it out. That's exactly what we wanted to see from Cam though. Cam inverted, came out, looked for a leg. Oh, toe hold. That toe hold looked like briefly like it might be crazy dangerous, but I think he just lost his own grip.
Yeah. Brad coming out on top there.
See from Cam from here, he wants to make space. Sometimes you can pendulum your legs, you can swing around, get back to a knee shield, but the size difference can make it very hard. The pressure of Brad Boyden.
This is the position where all of your friends decide to watch jiu-jitsu for the first time.
It's true. We should call it 69. Let's just rebrand it. North-South, there we go. And Cam is going to be just trying to make space.
Keeping his elbows tight.
Yep. Oh, Brad sits back on the leg. Cam saves his foot. I mean, calling Brad so physical, I'm not trying to insult him or say he doesn't have technique, because he clearly does as well, but he's a real athlete.
He's really imposing his size. He's doing a very, very good job of imposing the weight advantage here.
It could be crazy. We could see Brad blast through multiple members of the Jay Butler crew. He's got great pressure.
It seems like Brad's waiting for something to exploit here, not putting too much.
It's also don't waste energy.
Yeah, and he's probably aware of the fact that if he can get a cam off, then he'll have a whole new 8-minute match. So he doesn't want to gas himself out. Wait for the opportunities that come to you. They've now got one down, so they're one up essentially. So if they were to both go off here, they're going in with that advantage, already being one ahead. So 5.5 minutes left.
Oh, nice back step. Goes in on the leg.
Looks like he's got a good grip on the heel.
Cram's got beautiful defense. He's so aware of these leg entanglements. Just clears the knee line straight away. And now Cam's got to try and look for some aggressive opportunities of his own. Oh, nice catch on the Kimura.
Kimura trap straight pass around the guard.
Brad taking out another member of the Jay Butler squad.
Coming back to what we were talking about earlier, he's now got a fresh 8-minute match ahead of him, and I think that's what what his teammates were talking about, indicating to him there's no rush, take your time, conserve your energy. But this is a huge win for Nexus now. They've got 2 in the bank. They've got another squad of 4 fresh fighters ready to come out.
Yeah, this puts Nexus so far ahead. But if someone from Team Jay Butler can get something off straight away.
Yeah, and Brad's progressing straight into side control.
Yeah, he tried to jump guard, but just ran out of space, essentially.
Referee's taking them back into the middle, and you've got to think that that's giving...
Buggy choke.
Oh, the buggy choke gets thrown up.
What amazing it'd be if he got that. Just looking for the foot. This is what you need to... If you are giving up a significant weight advantage like this, you need to use speed, athleticism. It's what little guys have in abundance, but you don't want to be there.
Brad is doing an unbelievable job of mixing up his game. He's just the definition of all-round fighter in this respect, showing amazing wrestling skills, jumping on legs with amazing entanglements, doing a very good job.
So this is great work from Tom Strong on Team Jay Butler. He's pushing the pace, and we know that Brad is 3 matches deep at this point. You know, that first match with Jay Butler being very physical, very demanding. He's going to be getting tired.
Yeah, so gas is absolutely a factor for him.
He's got to be pushing the pace. Oh, there's a calf crush there. Very sneaky. Calf crush where you hold the hip and pull in. He's lost it though. He's trying to clear the knee line.
Yeah, still got that heel, but it doesn't look like he's got the knee line still. So we'll see what Tom can do to come on top.
It's the first time we've seen Brad on the bottom.
And we've got 6.5 minutes left of this match, so there's a lot of time for Tom to work.
And you go, you know, how is someone so much smaller holding someone so much bigger? It's fatigue, right? He's just tired.
Absolutely.
It's hard to explode, especially if you're a big guy. It takes more energy. But he's out, just like that.
And you've got to think Brad is very aware of the fact now that he's got a whole squad behind him.
Ooh. That looked tight. I don't like turtles. Makes me uncomfortable.
For everyone's listening, sorry for my squealing there.
We're supposed to be brave commentators.
I'm sitting on this side of the table, not that.
Oh, little bite on the legs. Wonderful movement. Absolutely wonderful movement, side to side.
Tom Strong really.
He's using his speed, using athleticism. And the triangle. Team Nexus, cheering their man on. A deep breath by the talented Brad Boyden.
So he's got 5 minutes left.
I can't believe there's not more than 20 kilos between these two. They look so different to each other.
Got it, Brad. Push it. Got it.
Going back to that knee line we were talking about earlier. Brad is so good with that handoff, isn't he?
I love Brad's cardio. He looks like he's going to die, and then he explodes. He's like, I'm so tired I can't move, but also, I'm going to bench press you off.
Yeah. But as soon as there's any sort of seating position, just hand off straight back over.
Yeah. Jiu-Jitsu is so the small guy can beat the strong guy, but the strong guy trains is very hard. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, when they're both black belts,
looking for another toe hold.
that knee line coming through. Tom using that maybe to pass.
Using the cage.
Yeah. Still got a lot of time here. Got halfway through the round.
Oh wow. Do you think Brad would tap to exhaustion? No, I doubt it.
Brad, 4 minutes, Brad. Nice.
Winner the team Jay Butler, if they could get an upset victory here. I mean, it's size versus cardio at this point. What incredible.
Tom's doing all the right things, isn't he? He's throwing up lots of attacks, he's keeping him very busy, not taking the pressure off at all.
Yeah, he's showing such skillful jiu-jitsu, and you have to adjust your strategy if you're giving up a weight difference. Looking for rubber guard now, and he's switching between submission attempts all the time and then defending so well. And Brad, he's having to now rely more on technique because he's getting tired. He can't just muscle out stuff, and you can see what beautiful technique he has.
Absolutely.
This has been an amazing day here at Zion. It's pretty.
You couldn't ask for much better.
Phenomenal match. I don't think we'd had a boring match.
No. I can't think of many that have gone the distance EBI either.
Brad passes.
So you've got to think that Brad's going to consolidate his position here, maybe use a bit of time.
Yeah, I can see him just taking a moment. Oh, north south choke.
That looks pretty deep to me.
Not sure. It's hard. Oh, got the tap. Brad has gone through 3 members of Team Jay Butler. Incredible.
Very, very impressive stuff from Brad.
I think Brad retired himself. Is he keeping going?
I mean, if you can, why would you not?
Come on, Brad! I mean, there's a limit on how much rest you get. The idea is that you don't get the recovery. It's going to be a little bit closer on weight, these two.
Brad's teammates there asking him to pull side control.
What? I'm sure there's a strategy.
We've got a slightly bigger opponent coming in here from Team Jay Butler.
Maybe the tactic here for Team Nexus to see if Brad can tire him out a little bit.
Immediately putting Brad under pressure there.
Gareth Davies.
Using those punch chokes to try and get Brad's elbows up.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, Brad, he needs to try and shrimp out a little bit. Get Gareth Davies down onto his hips so he can start bridging out.
And you've got to feel sorry for him here after 3 pretty tough rounds. You get a fresh opponent going straight into mount using your punch strokes against you.
I don't know why he pulled side control. I'm very confused. Maybe the strategy here is that the chances of Brad winning are pretty low just because of exhaustion. So let's keep him in there.
Perhaps, yeah.
Stall him out. Maybe stall here for the full 8 minutes. Just lay on the bottom. Don't get tapped out for 8 minutes. It works. It's a strategy.
And it's a win in itself because you get another one of their opponents off, and then you've just got 1 versus 4.
Yep. Or he's going to win.
Yeah. Or he leg locks in.
Come on, Brad. Come on. Nice, Brad.
Phenomenal wrestling. You think he is 20 plus minutes in now.
Yeah.
Exploding against high level people.
Incredibly impressive gas tank.
And the second they were up then, he just got his second win and shot for that takedown and got it. Oh, nice little inversion. Another toe hold attempt. Don't like toe hold. Stresses me.
But Gareth Davies doing all the right stuff, keeping him very, very busy, passing the guard, doing everything he can to get these submissions. Brad's not giving him anything.
Yeah, it's good job of trapping that arm. I like to do that as well. You're in side control. Try and get the shin across their wrist. Then if you attack the other arm on an arm triangle, you don't have that free arm to try and defend it. Consolidating the position. I mean, at the very least, Team Nexus are going to have exhausted Gareth Davies. I love
how is he finding the strength to get out of those positions like that? It's incredible, isn't it?
The big guys are supposed to get tired. Yeah, he's just powering through. Brad is a beast. I mean, the rest of Team Nexus might just have to go home.
Yeah, great camp. Thanks, guys. See you at the next one.
All those rounds. Just bring Brad.
Yeah, but he's probably as tired as you lot is, mate.
Good pressure by Gareth Davies. He's going round. A little bit of trash talking to Team Nexus, we appreciate. He's going to be trying to knee on face. Brad can't explode as much as he wants, but he has a rest. He charges that up like a superhero. You know the little bar on a cartoon game? Yeah. On an arcade game, it
on
charges.
Street Fighter, in the top, it's just slowly working its way back up, and then it's
bridge ready. And he's just boom. Out.
And talk about entertaining viewers with those guys at home. This is exactly what you want from it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this is the Quintet format. Why it's so amazing. You get to see them the same fighter if they're winning. You get to see them again, and you get to see their heart because they have to fight through this fatigue state against someone who isn't as fatigued, and it's incredible. And you'll see the guys. We were talking about it earlier. There's guys in the gym that don't sit out rounds, do extra rounds, and stay on at the end. And
Yeah.
Brad's one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he's ever had a round off in his life.
I don't think Brad's ever skipped the first 3 rounds of any rolling session, has he? I think he goes straight in from start to finish. And he's reaping the rewards for it now. It's incredibly impressive.
Yeah, he's the only black belt that does warm-ups. Look at that pressure. Dropping his shoulder heavy.
3 minutes left. If Brad can stay to the end of this round, that is one of the most impressive victories.
And that will give Team Jay
Webb
Butler one fighter trying to take on 4 members of Team Nexus.
Starting with Kevin Webb.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. But crazy things have happened. Sports.
You're a legend, Brad Boyden. Keep doing what you're doing, Brad.
There's no quit in Gareth Davies.
Exactly right, Brad. 2:30, Brad. So you got beautiful, Brad.
Good control out from Brad. Knows exactly what's required. Not giving any space away. Staying heavy.
I love the Team Nexus uniform as well. I'm into it. It's very impressive, isn't it? Might buy a kit. Honorary mascot. Here we go. He's trying to shrimp out. He's just trying to make space.
Yeah.
But
2:20 left now, Brad.
it's also for Brad. There's not really much of an onus on him to desperately. He probably doesn't want a fresh opponent at this point, really. Let's be honest.
No.
If he can time out the clock, they're both eliminated.
That's a win.
He's gone through 4 of the members of Team Nexus.
Yeah.
I mean, what more could you ask from him?
No,
Question is, does he want number 5? It would be pretty. Unbelievable. I told you he was going to stall it out.
And he's got more gas now than he did when he started this round. He looks in much better shape, doesn't he?
Holy moly. He's going to keep going.
This is incredible.
This is the moment that the legend Brad Boyden was made.
Now we've got
And look, he's straight in. He didn't try and milk the rest. He didn't drink his water slowly. And he's wrestling again.
And now Lyndon's got a very big job. He's got to submit every one of Team Nexus is...
and they're all heavier than them. But, I mean, if there's a moral victory if they don't let Brad beat the whole team, don't you think, at this point?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's something to be said for that. I think the last Zion, there was very few submissions, right? On the Quintet.
Absolutely.
This has been completely different.
This is literally the complete opposite. I think a lot of them went into the draw elimination, and then we went into a captain's match at the end.
Come on, Brad.
I mean, Brad's got to be so tired, but also he's got to start thinking, what if I take out the whole team?
So he's got to be keeping safe now.
Does he get all 5 medals? I feel like he should get all 5 medals.
Certainly gets his own belt.
So we've got the last member of team, Jay Butler, but Nathen. Nathan's coming out strong, aggressive. This is what he needs to do. He needs to push the pace now. Brad is tired. Nathan's very tired.
Sorry, Chris, I was getting the name wrong there. Nathen, not Linden, apologies.
Oh, Nathen drops on the guillotine. It's time!
And he gets it.
Nathen got the submission. Well, what a performance by Brad Boyden. Kevin Webb immediately sits to guard the team captain.
And now the tables are very much turned. So for those at home, Kevin is now fresh.
Yeah, and Kevin Webb, one of the old school black belts of the UK BJJ community. Been around the scene forever, known by everyone, highly respected. We've got a bit of difference in age here. Can Nathen use that youth, enthusiasm, speed? Maybe dive on another guillotine.
It doesn't look like the weight discrepancy is as much at play here as it was.
We've got Kevin Webb playing kind of a single butterfly hook, knee shield game.
And I'm sure that Kevin won't be taking this approach, but he must know that... I think Brad can sit anywhere at this point. I don't think he's really...
I'm not arguing with him. Kevin doing that 2-on-1 controlling that hand,
7 minutes.
looking for the inside foot position possibly. Single butterfly half.
And now all the pressure is on Nathen now.
Yeah, I mean, Team Jay Butler have had a hard time of it so far. If Nathen could take out a couple of the members of Team Nexus, I think it'd be a moral victory.
Absolutely.
But we know that Kevin Webb is incredibly experienced. Competitor, high-level black belt. I love Nathan's movement. He's not giving anything. He's so aware of that intricate position. It's unusual from Kevin Webb that people like that butterfly half. It's very... it's just an unusual position. But sometimes if you specialise in an unusual position, no one else is good at defending it. Nathen pressuring. Trying to skip through. Nice work. Beautiful pass. Oh, sitting back for the heel, but he's left his arm behind. That's all over.
Unbelievable display there for Team Nexus.
Yeah, I think in the end the cardio of Brad Boyden just killed Team Jay Butler.
Absolutely.
And that first match with Jay Butler himself, it completely exhausted him. And Brad just managed to keep going and choose his moments to use his energy. It
was an absolute masterclass in staying calm in the moments that you needed to be calm, exploding into the opportunities that you get, and it just shows, he's gone through pretty much the whole team. Very, very impressive.
That's what it's about as well. And you can see that every member of that team is well conditioned. That was incredible, so good. Absolutely wonderful performance there. I mean, the man of the match, as it were, has got to be Brad Boyden, coming out, walking through 4 members of Team Jay Butler. I think Team Jay Butler, they just need a few heavyweights.
Yeah.
They need to bring that average weight up a little bit. They got 90 kilograms to spare, right? Let's just bring in a guy that's 150 k. Let's bring in one big fat guy. There must be a big fat. If you're a big
Gotta
fat,
have someone on staff.
yeah. If you're a big fat black belt watching this right now, send Jay Butler an email. Say, can I be your
Resident Quintet player.
number 8 or whatever it is? Yeah, resident Quintet player. I'll get the Jay Butler tattoo. I'll represent power through everyone. I mean, what's your highlights of today?
I mean, Brad's performance there was just second to that. I mean, we've had so much really, really good jiu-jitsu. From a, sorry to keep going back to this, but from a television perspective, I think this is exactly what we were looking for. We've had loads of really competitive, interesting matches, lots of different styles combining in a very, very interesting way. And that's exactly what you want in jiu-jitsu, right? We want people to be excited by the matches and want to tune in and watch it in the format that we're presenting it. And that's exactly what we've got here.
Exactly, and it's also great